I'm Jamie Keat, and today in this Google Sites tutorial, we're going to be talking about how to edit your layout. So we're going to be looking at how to switch your menu bar to from a sidebar to a horizontal bar. We're going to be looking at how to add a custom logo and change the width of your site if you want to, and how to add in a custom footer. So stay tuned if you're interested in learning those three things. I've set up a blank template just to make an example of how to move my sidebar to the top menu part, which I like, because when I make a website I usually like to keep more space across where I can add more columns, or the columns get a little bigger, but that's of preference. You might choose to want a sidebar. You can actually have both. You could have your top bar or your sidebar. It's up to you. But in this case I'm just going to show you how to have a top bar. You can see I've made up a bunch of pages. I've numbered them: page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, and page 6 is just as for example. They're all blank because in this video I'm just showing you how to move the pages into a different type of navigation. So to do this, what you have to do is you go up to your More Actions, then you go down to Edit Site Layout. When you click Edit Site Layout, what you noticed is that we had some more buttons open across the top. We have our header, horizontal navigation, sidebar, and custom footer. Right now you can see that the one thing that isn't pressed is our horizontal navigation, and that's what I want to show you how to get in this video. So I'm going to click on horizontal navigation. You can see right away home appeared. And I want to turn off, in this case, like I said before, I could leave this on, but in this example I want to turn it off, so I'm just going to click off sidebar. So now it looks like I only have my one home button, and I do want my other buttons there. So to add the buttons or the pages to this menu, all I have to do is click on, you'll see it highlights when you get your mouse over top of it, and you can see I have my home page right here. What you need to do is add the pages that you already have, and I showed you that I had 6 pages, and I just click on add, and then you can see there's page 1. I'm just going to quickly, you can only do one at a time, so you can't select them all and then they all populate the bar. So then I'm going to go back to and hit page 2 and hit OK, and then go to page 3 and OK. I changed my resolutions on this video to get a little closer up, but now I don't have my whole screen page, so I have to do a little bit more scrolling now. Page 4, page 5, and page 6. So I'm just going to hit OK at the bottom here just to show you an example how it looks now. It takes about a second, but then you'll notice all my pages are across on the bar. I'm just going to hit close, and you can see I can move to each page here. So the other thing I'm going to show you is actually how to do a drop down menu on this. So I'm going to put page 6 underneath page 5. So how I do this is I'm going to go back to my More Actions, go back to my Edit Site Layout, click on my Edit Horizontal Navigation bar again. This time I want to take page 6 and I'm going to indent it. So all I do is click this arrow where it says indent, and once I hit indent, this puts it under this page. I can also move my pages around too. So I could move page, if I click on page 4, I can move it up, and then if I indent page 2, now I'm going to have page 4 before page 3 and page 2 under page 4. So it gets a little confusing, but just for purposes how you move things, I'm just going to hit OK again so you can see what I created. Hit close to see how it operates. And then you can see as I roll over, I have a drop down. I have page 2 under page 4, and I have page 6 under page 5. So very easy to move all your different pages around on your navigation. I'm going to go back one more time here again, back to Edit Site Layout, and back to my bar. You can see if you wanted sitemap on your bar, you could just click it. I rarely ever use that, so I'm not going to click it. And recent activity, if you wanted to see all the stuff that was happening on the website, you could add that. Then if you clicked it, you could see any changes. You can also change the style of it. So right now I just have links, but if I change it to boxes, hit OK, hit close, and you can see I have boxes now. Go back one more time, back to edit site layout, click on this again, and I could go to tabs and hit close, and you can see I have a tab format and my drop downs are still there. You can still customize the colors, the background, the hover color, what you want the font to be on this, how far you want it to be spread out. This is something I'll show you in my next video about managing the site and changing colors and getting a little bit more specific on your customizations. So just to remember again, go to more actions, edit site layout in order to change your menu bars. In this section, I'm going to show you how to put up on your page a custom logo and change the width of your page to match what you want to have it look like. So I'm still on the same website that I created before when I was moving from the sidebar to the horizontal menu with all my links still there. In this case, you can see I've labeled my site edit layout, so that's not the name I want. If I go to each page, it continues to be there. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is just go into my manage site and click off this button. When I click this off, this won't show anymore because I don't want it showing there with my logo. If I leave it there, it will stay with my logo. So I'm just going to hit save, let it save, and then go back to edit site layout. So you can see it's gone now. It doesn't matter what page I go to, it's gone. So it's all ready for me to place my logo up on top. To add a logo again, I go back to my edit site layout, and you can see how my choices were before, how I changed my sidebar, my horizontal. This time I'm going to click on the header. You can see that when I bring my mouse over any of these sections, it highlights, and in this case I'm looking at the header, and that's where I'm going to put my logo. So there's another box that comes up. You can see it says right now it defaults, use theme default, use logo size. So this is actually for the size of the header. So if you were going to customize your header and if you wanted to be really wide, then you could put a large number here if you were going to create a background to fit. So it gets really to the customization of how you want it to look. So it gives you options to move it down, and sometimes you have to tweak it if you're using Photoshop or something to match your horizontal menu with some colors. It can get a little tricky at times, but it's manageable. You can see right now there's no logo selected, so what I'm going to do is pick a custom logo. And I have a logo saved on my hard drive, which I'm going to upload, so I'm just going to hit choose file. And I have one right here. You can see logo_Jamie. I'm just going to hit open, and it should pop up here. So this logo is a PNG. It's a transparent background. It is about 100 pixels in height and about 521 pixels in length, I believe. So I'm just going to hit OK here. And you can see right away it's aligned to the left. I like the look of it, aligned there. And I have the transparency on the logo, so it doesn't matter what color I put, it will just it look good on any color I put there. So I'll show you a few other options you can do with the logo though. You don't have to align it to the left. I'm just going to go back to edit site layout and click on my header again. You can see over on alignment, if I wanted to be centered, I could push it to the vertical, top, middle, or bottom. I'm going to leave those because my header is taking up or my logo is taking up my whole header, so it wouldn't really make much of a difference there anyways. So I'm just going to hit OK, and you can see that's my centered look if that's what I wanted to keep. But for my case, I'm just going to go back to my standard and hit OK. So that's how you insert a logo. The other thing I wanted to show you about is on the edit site layout button is the width of the website you have. So you can see right now it's selected on theme default. You can choose a custom size. So let's say if I was making a header and I had it 980 pixels or 1140 pixels, you'd want to set this to the same size you made your header, so it would fit like really crisp on the edges and fit exactly. So all you have to do, and you'll see I'll enter in a number here and you'll just see the adjustment made right away as soon as I hit enter. So I'll just write 1400, and that means pixels, when I write it like that, and then you can see it get stretched out. Or I could write, if I'll go back again, backspace, and you can write a percentage too. So if I write 100, you can see it goes to 100% and stretches out. So this all depends on how you want your website set up, especially if you're doing a lot of customization on it, and if you want it as a responsive website, if you want it to be on mobile and everything. But that's going to be, I'll talk about that in a different video to make a responsive website. So I'm just going to go back to my theme default on this one and hit close. And there you have it. That's how you enter a logo and customize the width of your website. So on the next section, I'm going to be talking about customizing your footer. The last thing I'm going to show you is how to add a custom footer to your site. Now, footers are good because if you enter something in the footer, just like the header, it'll be on every page the same. So maybe you have an address or a contact or a Twitter or Facebook link that you would like to put there, and it's nice to have it on every page. So it's just not on the front page, and then they see it, and then maybe they click it at a later point. So it's very easy to add a custom footer. All you have to do is go back to Edit, Site Layout. And you can see again, right now, this one wasn't clicked. So I am going to go back and just click it. And when I do that, you see at the bottom of the page, I have a note that says click to edit custom footer. All I have to do is click in there. So for instance, let's say if I was just wanting my name on every page, and I could write my address too. And I'm going to put a picture in with that. I'll just put in my Twitter symbol here. Again, just the PNG. Quickly loads up. You can see it was only 2K there. So I'm just going to hit OK. And I'm going to just center it. So you can see my name and the Twitter feed. I haven't put it to a link or anything like that. I could. So if I wanted to remember, I could just hit change. And I can link it right there by putting the external link that I wanted. Oops, and I forgot to add the picture. I'm just going to do that real quickly again because I think I deleted it right after. So real quickly, put the tweet back in. Hit OK. I'm just going to center this. So I could have centered it each way too, but here I'm going to just put OK. And there's my tweet. So I'm just going to close this now, and then what you see with a footer, and this is why it looks nice, it kind of I think it kind of completes your page a bit when you have that, you have the nice header with the logo, and then at the bottom you have you know, some image that is important to have if you're trying to get to people. If it's a business, it'd be handy to have your Facebook or your Twitter link right there. So if I click on each page, you can see at the bottom it's going to be there. So it continues. And I'm going to show you in a different video how you can customize the footer a little bit with different graphic using background images or wrapper image also. So. Keep watching my videos if you're interested about how to add a bit more customization to your site. We'll be looking at going through the Manage Sites section, trying to get into more backgrounds, images, wrappers, things like sliders to kind of give your site that little bit more professional look and exciting look that it is very easy to obtain.